check on time. It's 10. Hi, Sue. So we'll get started. So our topic today is about rhythm and how it helps to regulate us. So if we think about nature, it has its own rhythm, right? And the rhythm is something that we can depend upon. We know it's very regular. So it's regulating for our nervous system. Sun rises and sets. The moon phases, the seasons, that's all rhythm. And unfortunately, as humans, we get really out of sync with that rhythm. All the interference, frequencies of devices and things like that, lighting. So we're out of sync with nature's rhythms. So when we practice to a particular rhythm, and I'm going to share some reading with you before we start about that, it can help regulate our own biorhythms and help our nervous system and all these things. It's really particularly important now because we're in Vata season. And Vata season is typically a time when there's more dysregulation, right? So Vata in Ayurveda is something that's not very regular. And we know, for example, when we travel, that can offset our biorhythms. Maybe we don't sleep as well, or our digestion is not as well because we're not in that same routine. So routine helps bring calmness to our nervous system. So I am going to grab my book and share a little bit to you. I know, how many of you are reading the breath book? I know a couple of you have read it. Did you read it, Kim? No? Okay, no one here's read it. Really awesome book, but I'm going to share something that I thought was really cool from that book. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, grab my book, and I'll share the reading with you guys. So you can hold off on starting music until we start to practice. So I'm just going to sit a little closer while I read this to you guys. Let's see this. Oh, yeah. I know it's been on my list for a while, too. It's taken me a while to get to it, but I'm about halfway through it and chock full of really cool stuff. But this is the part that I found really interesting and inspired our practice today. This is a chapter on slowness, and he's talking about slow breathing. And he compares it to prayer and chanting and mantra and things like that. And he's talking about when Buddhist monks chant their most popular chant, which you guys probably are familiar with. It's Om Mani Padme Hum. We're going to work with that today. He says that it takes about 6 seconds to speak that phrase, and then it's about another 6 seconds to inhale and repeat it. And then he compared that to chanting Om, which was about the same. And another one that we use called Satanama. Some of you have heard that one. And then he goes on to talk about all these different traditions, whether it's Native American, Hawaiian, African, Christian, Taoist. They all have similar patterns in these prayers and chants. And then in 2001, in Italy, they did a study where they hooked everybody up to feedback, and they had them chant the rosary, they had them chant the Om Mani Padme Hum, and they were stunned to find that the average number of breaths for each cycle was almost identical, just a bit quicker than the pace of the Hindu and Native American prayers. It turns out to be about 5.5 to 6 seconds for all these different things. But what was even more interesting, this breathing actually had an effect on the subjects. They followed their breathing patterns and found there was more blood flow to the brain. The systems of the body entered a state of coherence when the functions of the heart, circulation, and nervous system all coordinated to peak efficiency. And then when they returned to their normal breathing or talking, then that all kind of went back. So it turns out that this 5.5 to 6 count ratio, if you follow that over a minute, it ends up to be about the same, 5.5 to 6 breaths per minute. So the ratio is the same. So I thought it was like really fascinating. So I designed this practice today where we're going to work with that mantra, the Om Mani Padme Hum, and we'll kind of chant it in our minds. I'll remind you out loud a few times. If you don't like that chant or you can't remember it, it's too complicated, you can always just do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do that on the inhale and exhale. We're going to do very rhythmic movements, so a lot of repetition to help bring the system into coherence. All right, so if you have any questions, we'll talk about that after class. We're going to start seated. So grab whatever you need to be comfortable in a seated position. Okay. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, find your sit bones, maybe widen them, broaden them apart. And then lengthening up through the spine, through the back of the skull, let the chin drop a little bit. And we're just gonna start by taking a few moments just to focus on our own breath, our own biorhythms. So I want you to kind of tune in to your biorhythms. What's it like today? How dysregulated do you feel? Is there a sense of maybe choppiness in the breath? How calm do you feel? And allow this awareness on your breathing to help you start to settle as you arrive here for your practice. So eventually we start to tune our own biorhythms to the biorhythms of the earth. And that helps us feel more grounded, more calm, more stable. A lot of times our biorhythms are more aligned to our devices and frequencies that are not helping us to regulate. Send the breath into your belly as we always do. Allow it to smooth out and soften. So if you're not familiar with Om Mani Padme Hum, it's a very common chant prayer in Buddhist tradition. We also use it in yoga. And it refers to this indivisible union of method and wisdom, helping us transform our impure to the pure, to the exalted, so that we have the mind of a Buddha is part of this whole idea of this. It's the interpretation of it is the jewel in the lotus. And it said that all beings naturally have this Buddha nature in their own continuum. We have within us the seed of purity. So it's basically about purifying our minds. So go ahead and take one more breath. And then we're going to bring our hands out to the sides. And as you inhale, we'll take the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to take the arms down. We're just going to work with that for a few moments just to establish this sense of coherence. And we're going to add that mantra. So it's Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. So we'll continue that. So chant that in your mind, Om Mani Padme Hum, on the inhale, and Om Mani Padme Hum on the exhale. So let's do 2 more like that. And eventually this will become kind of automatic and you won't have to think about the chant so much as we come into coherence. All right, this time we're going to add a twist. So inhale, reach up, Om Mani Padme Hum, and twist to the side. Every movement is about that 5.5 ratio. Inhale up and exhale. So we're slowing it down a bit, maybe more so than we might be used to. So let's do that a few times now. So we'll start really simple and eventually we'll make some different movements. So on your own, can you continue to work with that count, that ratio? Almost like we're all metronomes, right? If you put a bunch of metronomes in one room, it is said they all come into resonance. they'll eventually beat at the same time, even if we start them at different times. It's almost like women's cycles, right? So they sync up with each other when they're in the same household. Good, next time we come over to the right, let's stay there. Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so we're gonna stay here in the twist and we're gonna add a little bit of somatic movement. So as we inhale, we're gonna look over our back shoulder. Look over your back shoulder and give a little arch to your back, like you're doing a cat-cow. And then as you exhale, you're gonna look over your front shoulder and round your spine, rock your sit bones forward. Inhale, look over your back shoulder, arch. Exhale, look to your front shoulder and round. Couple more here. Inhale, Om Mani Padme Hum, and exhale. One more on this side. After this one, inhale up through center. And exhale, take it over to the other side. And then again, we'll repeat that somatic movement. Inhale, look over your back shoulder, arch. Exhale to the front and round. And keep that going. This is one of the reasons I really love somatic movement so much, is it is very regulating with the repetition and the slowness of the practice. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat this morning. So one more just like this. And then after this next one, inhale, reach those arms up through center. And exhale, release, arms down. All right, go ahead, change the crossing of your legs. We'll do a couple more seated things and then I think we'll be ready to kind of proceed with a more active practice, but we'll stay with the same tempo. We're gonna circle the rib cage around now. And each circle could be about one repetition of the mantra. Maybe you want to close your eyes and get like an inner focus. And just check in with yourself, because we'll naturally just start to speed up when we're not being aware. We're not conscious of what we're doing. We check out, we think about the rest of our day, and then we'll speed up. Go the other direction now, keep it going. One more cycle here. And back to the center. All right, let's go ahead and make our way into our tabletop. Have those knees if you like, depending on your surface there. Okay, so coming into our tabletop pose, let's do cat-cow and see if we can keep it at this same level, the same pace. Take an inhale, exhale round, Om Mani Padme Hum. And then inhale. Now, as you start to work with this pacing, you might even find that eventually you might find a little pause at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. That little pause will get us closer to that 6 count ratio. Two more cycles. And last one. After this next one, go ahead and make your way back to a child's pose for a moment. You can stack up your palms or reach your arms forward. And you could be still or have a little gentle sway of your hips side to side if that would feel good for you. All right, so from here, we're going to get going. So we're going to take that blanket out of the way. We can do our standing work. And then from table, take your hands a little forward of your shoulders, slight external rotation, and downward facing dog. Okay, once you get to your dog, guys, we're going to pedal it out. So just take a little moment or two, bend one knee and then the other. Come back to your mantra. Maybe each pedal is a mantra round. So can we slow this movement down? Okay, after your next one, let's go ahead, inhale to plank pose. And exhale to dog. And repeat that one a few more times. Two more. And last one. Next time you come into plank, we're going to lower all the way down. Option to drop those knees. Coming into Cobra. Reach back to your legs, to your toes, shoulders back. Inhale, Om Mani Padme Hum, lifting up. Exhale, down. Two more like this. And last one. And we'll press it back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your feet forward, top of the mat. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And again, two more. Last one. Next inhale, we'll rise up. Reach those arms overhead. Okay, we're pretty much in sync, really good. And release hands to the heart. Okay, let's take a couple rounds of sun salves and then we'll start building our sequence from there. So standing in your mountain pose, nice and tall, inhale, arms reach, Om Mani Padme Hum. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, half lift, your variation. And then we'll step it back, plank pose. And lower down. When you're ready, inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. First round, let's hold our dog for 3 cycles of breath, working with that mantra. As you exhale, you might give a nice little squeeze to the lower belly. Pushing through the palms, firming the upper arms. When you finish your 3rd cycle, take an inhale, and as you exhale, step or lightly jump, top of the mat. And when you're ready, inhale to your half lift, exhale and fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. So I just paused to kind of watch you guys. You're all pretty close to being in resonance with each other, which is really cool. Let's do that one more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank, lower down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale to your dog. This time just stay for one breath. And after you finish a full exhale, take an inhale, step or lightly jump, top of the mat. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. All right, let's move on. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop down onto that back knee. Add if you need to. Inhale, arms reach. From here, we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Keep the elbows from hyperextending, so a little bit looser in the hands. Shoulders back. We're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, we'll slide into that front knee a little bit more. Let's try that a few more rounds. Inhale, we back out. Exhale, we slide deeper. Good, two more. One more. And this time we're going to hold it for 3 breaths. So we're going to work with this rhythmic movement and then we'll add on some hold, some stillness. But the breath could stay with that same rhythm. After your 3rd breath, we're going to release the palms, stretch them up. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Lift the back knee. And you can use blocks here if you like. I'll grab them to show. And we'll come into that lunge on the inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. So we're not in full pyramid. We're going to keep on the ball of that back foot. It's early in the practice. Bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, straighten, Om Mani Padme Hum. Good, and again. One more time, and then we're going to hold it in the straight leg position for 3 breaths. So once you're there, hug the outer hips in, inner thighs in. You might lengthen and stay halfway up, or you might fold over your leg. One more full breath. On your next inhale, slowly looking forward. Bend into that front knee again and step it forward. Fold over your legs. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale to the heart. All right, side 2, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll step that left foot to the back of the mat, drop the knee down. And next inhale, arms reach. Good. Interlace your hands, opposite thumb in the top if you can. Remember not to lock those elbows. And then shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, slide into that front knee. And then a couple more times like this. On your own, let's do 2 more. After your next one, go ahead and hold it for 3 cycles of breath. Stand down into that front foot, tailbone hooking a little forward, shoulders back. On your next inhalation, let's go ahead, release, stretch those arms up. And hands down, floor or blocks, your choice. We're gonna lift that back knee. Good. Okay, inhale, heart forward, exhale, slide it back. And repeating. What I like about moving this way, breathing this way, it almost feels like a meditation in movement. And a little like Tai Chi-like in my experience. One more bend and straighten. And then we'll stay for 3 breaths. You can either stay in that halfway lift shape or you can fold over your legs. Maybe you'll lose your blocks. Outer hips hug in. Send your tailbone behind you, heart more forward. Keep pressing into the front big toe mound. After your 3rd cycle, go ahead and bend into that front knee, blocks if you need them, and we'll step it forward and fold over your legs. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So what we're gonna do is build on. We'll repeat some of those things, we'll add on another pose, and we'll keep kind of working with the same rhythm. So inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Drop that knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace. Inhale here. Exhale, slide into that front knee. Good. Inhale, release, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Good. Lift the back knee. This time, warrior 1. Spin the back heel down, reach the arms up. And we're going to bring the hands together in front of the heart space. Good. As we inhale, we're straightening that front leg, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knee, hand to the heart. Good. And repeat. Inhale, Om Mani Padme Hum. And exhale. One more. Hold for 3 breaths, either hands at your heart, or you could take them overhead if you like. Soft gaze, root through your feet. After your 3rd cycle, inhale, reach your arms up, if they're not up. And exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Open the collarbones. We inhale. Exhale, humble warrior, hinge forward. Try not to stick your chin out, and we'll repeat. Inhale, come up. Back leg is your anchor. Keep it nice and strong. Heel is rooting into the ground. One more time. And then hold it for 3 breaths. Belly can be on your thigh, or you could dip in deeper, shoulder inside the leg. Keep lifting the shoulders. Keep anchoring your back leg. And after your 3rd breath, take your time, release back up, warrior 1. Good, hands come down to the blocks or the floor, step that back foot in a little bit, this time full pyramid. So now the back heel is down, outer hips hug in. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold for 3 breaths. You can lower those blocks or bring hands to the floor. After your 3rd breath cycle, go ahead and start to look forward, bend into your front knee, blocks if you need them, and step it forward, folding over your legs. And then inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Well, let's do that one on the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step left foot to the back of the mat, drop that knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. And when you're ready, and inhale here. Exhale, slide into your front knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down, lift the back knee, warrior 1 position. So first, inhale the arms up. And then hands to your heart. Good, pausing here. And then as you inhale, we're gonna straighten the leg, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, rebend. Good, 2 more. Om Mani Padme Hum. And exhale. One more time. Hold it here, 3 cycles of breath, rooting into your feet, starting to really anchor into that back leg and back heel. Nice soft gaze, last breath. And after you finish that 3rd cycle, interlace your hands, opposite thumb on top. 3 rounds, humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward, chin in. We'll try to keep that front hip hugging in so it doesn't jut out to the side too much. After your 3rd round, we hold for 3 breaths. Your variation here. Keep lifting the shoulders. Back leg strong. After your 3rd breath, slowly release the arms, rise up, warrior 1. Good, hands to the hips, step that back foot in a little bit, preparing for full pyramid. So rooting into the heels, outer hips hug in, inhale. Exhale, hinging forward. Blocks if you need them underneath your shoulders. Think about tailbone, sit bones drawing back, heart, crown of the head forward. Front foot could push forward. And folding if you like. Last breath. And then when you're ready, bending into that front knee, blocks if you need them, step it forward and fold over your legs. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pausing there. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to add in some down dog, so we'll take it more like a vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. And we're gonna lower down to the ground. We're gonna stay on the ground. We're gonna build in some back bends. So we're gonna put the arms in a goalpost position with your forehead on the ground. Reach back through your legs, lift your kneecaps off the ground. All 10 toes press down. On your next inhale, just the head is gonna lift. Push into your arms, try to use your back muscles. Don't jut your chin forward. Exhale down, turn your head to the right. Good, inhale, center, Om Mani Padme Hum, maybe lift the arms. Exhale, arms down, turn your head to the left. Inhale, center, maybe lift arms and legs, squeeze the legs together, and turn your head to the right. And again, through center. Your choice, what you want to lift up. And release. So let's go ahead and do 2 more rounds on each side and stick with your ratio of breath. After you finish 2 rounds, take your time, no hurry. I can't see you guys when you're on the floor, so I don't know when you're done. We're gonna come right to down dog when you finish. Then I'll be able to see you. Hold your dog until everyone's there. Take a breath or 2. On your next inhalation, sweep your right leg straight up behind you. Step it through into your lunge. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Open the collarbones and deepen into your front knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Lift the back knee, warrior 1. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the palms up. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, arms behind you, interlace, open the collarbones. Exhale, hinge, humble warrior. Inhale, right up, warrior 1. This time, open it up, warrior 2. So I'm gonna turn around to face you guys. Good, pause in your warrior 2, rooting to your heels, lift your chest. And we'll add some rhythmic movement on here. So So on the inhale, the arms are going to sweep down toward the ground. We're going to straighten the front leg, make a big circle, and back to warrior two. Good. Inhale. Om Mani Padme Hum as the arms come up. Om Mani Padme Hum, back to warrior two. Good. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Good. Hold for 3 breaths, looking over your right fingers. Back leg nice and strong. Good, and after that 3rd breath, we'll flow through reverse triangle, back hand down, front palm up, straighten the front leg, reverse toward the left side, and then side angle, forearm on thigh, top arm reaches up and over your ear. Go ahead and repeat that. Working with that same ratio breath. If you want to deepen your side angle, you're welcome to bring that hand down to shin, ankle, or floor. Let's do a few more like this. This is where I tend to speed up. So I gotta be really mindful I'm going slow, because I like to just go back and forth through these 2 poses and not think about it too much. Next time you find side angle, 3 breaths. Hold it there. Your variation, arm can always go up if it's too much on your shoulder. Press your heels down and lifting through hip points, lengthening through tail as you reach more through that top arm. Sometimes when I cue, I forget how many breaths you guys might be on. So doesn't hurt to take an extra breath or 2. On your next inhalation, we're rising up, warrior 2. Okay, straighten the front leg. We're going to parallel the feet and pause. If it's hard for you to reach the floor, go ahead, grab your blocks, place them in front of you. You're okay, no worries. Okay, legs strong, root the feet into the ground, engage the legs, lift the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, little bend in those knees, hinge at your hips, and bring your hands under your shoulders. So we're in the halfway up shape. Think about pelvic floor, inner thighs, tailbone going back, crown of the head, heart forward. We're gonna add a twist. So right hand center, left hand inhale reaches up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, other side. Om Mani Padme Hum. And exhale. Repeat that a few more rounds. Next time you twist open, hold for 3 breaths. Strong through the legs and feet. Press through the bottom hand, reach through the top hand. After your 3rd breath, go ahead, switch out. 3 breaths. And then release. Fold forward, hands could stay in front of you or come back in line with your feet. Hold ankles or big toes. Your variation for 3 breaths. Wide leg forward fold. You get a sense of sit bones lifting, a little bit of more length through the chest, through the heart. And try not to round too much. Can always have knees bent. After your 3rd cycle of breath, come up to halfway. And pivot around to the front of your mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. So we're just going to come through lunge and step it back, downward facing dog. All right, so from your dog, come forward into your plank. Lower all the way down to the ground again. Good. Okay, so we'll come back to forehead on the ground. This time, arms are going to reach behind you with your palms facing the floor. And we inhale, lift everything up, Shavasana. Lift your shoulders, your arms, your legs if you can. Exhale, release. And repeat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. One more round, then we hold for 3 breaths. Next time you come up, hold it, 3 breaths. Extend through your legs, tailbone down, lift the shoulders. Check in with your chin. Have you lifted your chin? Let's keep the chin in a little bit. Last breath. And release. Take it back, downward facing dog. All right, let's inhale, left leg up. Step through, back knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace. Inhale here, exhale, slide into the front knee. Inhale, release the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Lift that back knee, warrior 1. Rising up. Hands to your heart. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the palms up. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, release the hands behind you, interlace, open the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Take a moment, find your footing, rooting to your heels, lift your chest. And then we start that rhythmic movement. We're gonna circle the arms down, straighten the front leg, circle the arms up, and back to warrior 2. Good, and repeat. Inhale, Om Mani Padme Hum. And exhale. One more round. Hold your warrior 2, 3 breaths. Sure, we're lifting front hip points, lengthening tailbone. After your 3rd breath cycle, go ahead, straighten that front leg, parallel your feet, hands on your hips. We're going to change it up this time. Pause for a moment. And take an inhale, exhale, little bend in those knees, hinge forward, hands to the ground. This time, walk both hands over to the right and see if you can hold your right ankle, shin, foot, wherever you can. We're going to take an inhale there. Exhale, bend the left knee. Lean towards your left. Let your head come in between your arms. And repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing through that left heel. One more. Hold it here, 3 breaths. And then release it when you're ready, back to the center. And then let's walk it over to the other side as you are ready. Both hands can hold on wherever you can. If you can't quite get there, you can be on the ground. Take an inhale, exhale, bend the right knee. And 2 more. Last one. And then we hold for 3 breaths. To resist that left shin foot so that we're not collapsing the ankle. Press into your pinky edge of the foot. After your 3rd breath, release it back to the center. Okay, so now we're going to take a little lunge side to side, turn right toes out, lunge. Very similar. Left toes out, lunge. You can stick with that, or those of you who want to go deeper, come down into a skandasana or more in a squat. Stay with that same rhythm as you switch sides. So either a lunge side to side or coming down into your skandasana. And after this next round, come back to the center. Walk yourself around to the front of your mat. You're in a lunge, step back, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take a brief child's pose from here. Just did a lot of flow, so take a little break when you are ready. Couple of breaths. Oh, I just realized I forgot something. Sorry about that, guys. Take a few more moments there. Two more breaths. All right, after that second breath, let's go ahead, come through onto our bellies again. If you feel super lopsided, you can go ahead and do the reverse triangle side angle on after class, because I don't think I have time to go back to it. Sorry about that. Okay, coming down again, palms reaching back, forehead on the ground. This time we're going to bend the knees, feet are going to lift, shins are going to lift. Inhale, lift your arms, chest, shoulders, maybe even your thigh bones. Exhale, release everything down. Turn your head to one side. Good. Inhale, center, lift up. Exhale and release. And again, on your own, let's do 2 more rounds. One more cycle through. Strengthening the back chain of the body. Last one. All right, pause for a moment. Staying on the ground for a few breaths. Tune into your biorhythms now as you rest here on the earth. So we're going to go now for bow pose. If bow pose is out of your range today, you can repeat what we just did with just lifting the arms and legs and shins. Otherwise, you're going to bend those knees, reach back, try to catch your feet. And make sure those shoulder heads are rolling back and we're not splaying those knees too much. Kind of hug those inner thighs in. Start with forehead on the ground. Keep lifting the shoulder heads. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. One more cycle on each side. So I'm turning my head to the side as I come down. You can put center if you like. One more. Now we're going to hold for 3 breaths. Last bit of effort here. Lift the thigh bones, lift the shoulder heads. Maybe kick the feet back. Do your 3rd breath. Let it all go. And really melt into the ground now. I'm going to take 5 slow breaths there. And after that, you can windshield wiper your legs and move back to a brief child's pose. So take your 5 breaths first. Little windshield wiper to help release the back. You can even take those shins in a circle. Sometimes that feels really nice. And then finally make your way to a few breaths in your child's pose. Stretch out that lower back. When you are ready, we're going to come up into a seated posture. We'll finish out with some seated work. So we're going to be coming into kind of the gate leg version of Janu Shavasana. So if you need to, some of us are going to want to sit up on a folded blanket or a pillow. You might need a strap as well. So we're going to take the right leg out straight and we're going to fold the left leg back. Like we're doing Virasana, but we're going to widen the legs. Right leg grounded, flex that foot, lift the chest. Now if this leg is not happy here, don't stay there. Go ahead and just do a regular Janu Shavasana, support that knee. Otherwise, we're going to take it this way. Do a lot of lunges, a lot of opening that up. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're twisting toward the bent leg side. Stay there for a cycle. Now take your right hand back to your right leg. And we're going to slide it out. See if you can hold on to shin, ankle, or foot. You can also use a strap here. We're going to take that left arm and reach it up. We're going to inhale, open into a little bit of a twist. And as we exhale, side bend toward that right leg. Good. Inhale up. Om Mani Padme Hum. Exhale. Good. 2 more. One more time. Hold for 3 breaths. If the arm's too much here, take it up or even on your hip, that's fine. Otherwise, keep it over your ear. Keep the chest turning open, top ribs rolling open. Top arm spirals down into external rotation. Rotate the pinky down. After your 3rd breath, we're going to come out slowly. First hand to the hip, tone the belly, push down into that left hip to help you come up without too much strain on your back. Okay, pause here for a breath. Next inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, twist toward the straight leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down on the side of your leg. 3 rounds. Inhale, lift the spine like a little baby cobra. Exhale, fold. The hands are going to stay on the ground or on your shin or a belt. Inhale, lift up. And keep those hands down if you can. Exhale, fold. Shin comes in as you fold. One more time. You can also always bend that right knee if this is a lot on your hamstring. And then fold for 3 breaths. Let the chin come in. Forehead descends. Can you send the breath into both sides of your rib cage? Good. Slowly start to walk it up. Take your time. Bend that right knee in, shift to the hip, and we'll take both legs out straight for a moment. All right, let's go to the other side. So now left leg is straight, right leg is going to fold back. Take a wide stance here. Remember, you can always sit up on something, or you can always do a more traditional Janu Shavasana. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn toward the bent leg side. Hold for a breath. Good, left hand comes back toward the left leg. Slide it out. Hold wherever you can, a belt if you need to. And then inhale, right arm up. Exhale to pause. And then we flow. Inhale, open up a bit of a twist. Exhale, side bend. Good, inhale. Exhale. 2 more like this. One more. We're like synchronized swimmers out there. Looks good. Hold for your 3 breaths. Keep your chest turning open. Top arm spirals down and forward. We can always change up the arm position if this is too much. Left thigh rooting into the ground. And to come out very carefully, bring hand to hip, tone the belly, push that hip down a little bit, and carefully come up and pause. Another nice thing about this, using this count, is that we're making our inhales and exhales equal length. A lot of times our inhales are longer, and that pattern can lead us to more anxiety, stress cycle. So we're really regulating the breath cycle as well. Inhale the arms up, and we turn toward that straight leg. Exhale, hands come down wherever they're comfortable. Hold shin, ankle, floor, foot, whatever you've got is fine. And then we inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Last one, and then hold it for 3 breaths. After your 3rd breath, very slowly walking yourself up, pause in the center. And then we're gonna lean to the side, maybe bend that knee a little bit so we can slide that leg out, and then both legs are straight. Firm up your kneecaps, flex your feet. Let's have a little bend in those knees, find the tops of your sit bones. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, we're gonna fold, and we're just gonna stay for 3 breaths because we're just about out of time. Other things that can dysregulate us are things like trauma. You know, if we've been in an accident or had a, traumatic episode, that's gonna throw our biorhythms off, throw our breathing patterns off. So this is a great way to just help bring ourselves back into coherence. After your 3rd breath, slowly rising up, take your time. Good, and let's go ahead, come onto your backs. Grab anything that you need and be comfortable. So you might take a full body stretch, maybe a little windshield wiper legs, happy baby. So take your time, grab what you need. I'm gonna stay seated. So just allow yourself any positions, movements, poses, just to complete your practice for yourself. When you feel complete, you can go ahead and find your Shavasana. Once you arrive there, to really allow yourself to settle, feeling that support of the ground. Let the breath get slower, softer again. Start to sense the biorhythm of the ground. And imagine with this subtlety of your awareness that you sync up with that biorhythm of the earth. So we're going to try a round of square breath. By that, today, what we're going to do is use the mantra as kind of the tempo marker. So it'll go like this. It'll be an inhale, Om Mani Padme Hum. Hold it, Om Mani Padme Hum. Exhale, Om Mani Padme Hum. And then hold it out for the same count. If you want, you can also just work with a 5 to 6 count ratio. If the breath holds are too much for you, then just hold for 2 or 3 counts instead of the full 5. But on your own, I'm going to have you guys give that a try. So it'll be about a 5 to 6 count, inhale, exhale, and 2 breath holds. If you feel agitated in those breath holds, please just skip them. Try to stay as soft and relaxed in your breath as you can be. Try at least one more round of box breathing. After that last cycle, go ahead and let it go. Come to rest. All right, so we're just about at time. So take a couple moments and just notice how you feel. Taking some more conscious breaths, moving small movements at first. Stay as relaxed as you can on the inside as you start to come out. Making any movements you need before coming over onto your side for a few breaths. After a brief pause, Slowly returning to your seated posture. Let there be no hurry. Those of you who are already seated can start to sit up tall. And let's just tune back into the breath for another minute or two. Have a reading for you guys, but as I do that, you can just still focus on your breath. Tuning into those biorhythms once again. For me, just that intention of tuning into my biorhythms, it's like a little magical shift, and I just feel something click in my body. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but see if you can get really subtle in your awareness. And just tune inward. So I've been coming back to Mark Nepo. Haven't read him a lot in the past year or two, but this is a good one for our practice today. It's called At the Pace of What is Real. Like most people I know, I struggle with taking too much on, with doing too many things, with moving too fast, with overcommitting, over planning. I've learned that I must move quite simply at the pace of what is real. While this pace may vary, life always seems vacant and diminished when I accelerate beyond my capacity to feel what is before me. It seems we run our lives like trains, speeding along a track laid down by others, going so fast that what we pass blurs on by. They say we've been there, done that. The truth is that blurring by something is not the same as experiencing it. So no matter how many wonderful opportunities come your way, no matter the importance placed on things by others who have our best interest at heart, we must find a way to slow down the train until what we pass by again is seeable, touchable, feelable. Otherwise, we pass by everything. We can put it on our resume, but we will have experienced and lived through nothing. Let's go ahead, bring our hands together in front of the heart space. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bow your head down towards your heart. And thank you so much, everyone. Namaste. All right, guys, feel free to unmute. Love to hear what your experience was today. If you have any questions.
Dee?
Yes.
Can you send me that poem?
I sure can. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Will.
Thank you.
I'll take a snap of it. It's pretty long, so I'll send it to you by text.
Yeah, that's. Thank you so much. That's great.
Yeah. Sounds good. How do we do? Was it hard to keep that rhythm for you guys? It came pretty naturally. Not hard. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I got all the words right, but at least I got the rhythm of dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun.
Yeah, if you don't know it, it's sometimes hard to remember what it is. That's why I give the option of you could always count instead of using that. But yeah, good. I'm glad you could get it. And if I don't see you guys, hope you have a great holiday. I do have the free Thanksgiving class if anyone wants to come. I know Sue said you're joining me. And then otherwise, I'll see you guys Sunday. It'll be 2 different themes, just in case you do want to practice on Thursday. Just let me know and I'll send you the link. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hoping to see you Thursday, Dee.
Okay, sounds good. I'll send you the link just in case.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.